Okay. Let's see. Hello. Did the mic explode when I was away? No, it didn't. Excellent. Right. I don't know why I bother checking, because it's the same every single time. Anyway. Hello. How is everyone? Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing alright. I have salted caramel Lindt chocolates that I got for my birthday, so I am very happy. Anyway, yeah, let's just jump right into it then. I need to turn up the volume so I can actually hear the dulcet tones of Nick Apocalypse. I can't remember his name, and I'm so sorry. I'm not that old, Jano. I'm 25. You know, I'm not old yet. When I turn to 26, then you can tell me I'm old. All the bonuses. Did I get more models? Oh yeah, I did get new models because I bought them all. And then I just never looked at them. Okay. Alright, let's just go straight back into it. Obviously, you need to check default costume and the cat ears. Lovely. The thing that gets me about the accessory thing, and it shows you the accessories, you know, all the others are fine, you know, but then the cat ears, you can see, obviously because it's got like the fur texture and everything, but you can see the skin layer underneath it, and it's just a little bit freaky. It's like it looks fine on Leon's model, but when it's taken away from it and it's just kind of there, it's just like, those are some disembodied cat ears. Anyway, I forget where we are. Oh, we're in chapter 13. Okay. I don't remember where that is. Again, I skip cutscenes. I'm going on memory from my first playthrough. Hey, there he is.
You look like you've got something to say.
I have something to ask you.
No, it's just a cat, you know, he just needs his alone space. Now you'll get a bisexual one.
Raccoon City. You know, after the incident, the world changed.
She has stunning eyeshadow,
100 others die.
considering the situation. He looks like shit, but like in a hot way, you know? She just looks perfect. Perfect eyeshadow, perfect eyeliner, perfect lip gloss.
You just think you have.
She is just a porcelain doll. And he is an action figure that's been stuck out in the rain for 2 weeks. But it's charming.
Or are you just trying to use me again?
What do you think?
She even got the eyeliner on a waterline, and I tell you, that is the most difficult thing in the world.
Don't think too hard, handsome. See you later.
Story of my life.
I do appreciate as well that, like, Ada's grapple hook thing, you know, it's never actually... Okay, this water is bothering me. I'm gonna try something out. Give me 1 second. No, I can only do it from the main menu. Never mind then. We get stuck with the kind of shitty looking water. But no, I appreciate that Ada's grappling hook is very embossed and fancy looking. You know, at first glance I thought it was like one of Bayonetta's guns. But it suits her. It suits her. Also, I found out something today that I have to share. And I cannot believe that no one told me about this. And it's the fact that, right, Leon's shirt, right, in this game is a little bit loose. You know, it's enough to get him. You know, look at that big suit of armor. It has to be Ashley. You know, Krell's is strong when he can hold her like that.
Look at all these busy bees. I better watch my step if I don't want to get stung.
I don't think that's a bee, Leon. I think that's an automatic turret. I suppose it is kind of like a beehive. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, Leon, I'm getting to a point. Shush and look pretty. So, like, Leon's shirt here, fantastic. I never bought the body armor, did I? I just realised. Hold on. Hold on, I'm sorry, I'm going off point to point. But his body armor gives him, like, elbow pads and everything, like a bulletproof vest. He's not wearing that. Which means I didn't buy the body armor, did I? I don't think I did. Oh no, I did, it's just broken. No, fair enough. But anyway, yeah, original point. Going back 5 minutes or whatever it was. So, like, Leon's shirt is nice, you know, in the remake. It's very lovely, shows off his chest, shows off his arms, absolutely everything I could ever want. It's a little bit loose around the bottom, but you know, that's just for maneuverability. However, I looked at what Leon looks like in the original. His shirt, and I know I'm being so fucking thirsty about this, but I have to say it, right? His shirt in the original RE4, not only is it like the tightest fucking thing in the world, it has hip seams. It has seams flattering his hips. You know, accentuating them, as it were. And I'm just... I've never seen anyone point that out. But I really feel like that should be worth pointing out. It's like, is that the original kind of inspiration for the infamous mod where he wears a crop top? You know, because those... You know, I know I'm going on about nothing, right? But those hip seams are definitely that. And I can't help but wonder if that was the origin. But I've never... The thing is, no one's ever talked about it. I had to discover it myself. And, you know, I'm glad I did. But also, like, why aren't we bringing more attention to it? If I could show it on stream, I would. But, you know, console streaming, it's... I have one screen, and that's it. Hello, mate, what you got? Okay, so I need to repair the knife. I need to repair the body armor. Yeah, let's up the reload speed for that. So the qubit device, small key, and the rouge. We don't get any more treasures, do we? Because this is like the... Now I'll just leave it there. Right, what have we got? We've got the striker, we've got the stingray. I don't need any of these. No, thank you, mate. I've got an infinite Chicago sweeper. I'm good. Oh, I need the heavy grenade. I need the heavy grenade for when we do the Mike chapter. Hi, Jason. Okay. Did you hear the conversation about Leon's hip seams for his original RE4 shirt? Because you just missed... If not, you just missed the whole thing. Hello, mate. You saw me and you just... Okay. Well, you're just getting what you deserve here, to be honest. There we go. Missed it. Okay. Well, yeah, I was making a point earlier. I'll just go through it really briefly, but yeah, I was making a point earlier about how, you know, RE4 Remake, ow. Okay. Well, let's do that. So yeah, I was making a point that, you know, RE4 Remake Leon, his shirt is pretty decent. You know, it shows off his chest, shows off his arms, absolutely fantastic. A little bit loose around the hips, but you know, we make do with what we can. And then I looked at, like, and then one point I was looking at, not that, do this. At one point I was looking at his OG model, and then I noticed not only was his shirt illegally tight, but he also, but he also, the fucking arrows, but he also has hip seams on his shirt. And I've never seen that before, even on, like, female shirts. And it's like, someone had to know. Maybe that was the start of everything. Because, like, it is on his hips. It accentuates them, you know. It's basically showing you where, like, what do they call it? Forgive me, I'm a bit of a basic bitch. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean. I forget what it's called. Excuse me. Piss off, please. What does it legally say? It's not looking great. It, you know, it's not like the one he's wearing now. It is very nice. You know, it's nice to look at. You know, it's figure hugging, I suppose, is the correct term. Which is very nice to look at. Anyway, why did I pick up that? Hello. Shit. But yeah, no, it's like, if you look at, OG Leon's outfit, like, when he doesn't have the jacket on, he's got seams that go from, like, his waist or his hips or whatever down. And it looks like yeah. Yeah, I know. But yeah, no, it looks like the V, I think it's called. Anyway. Grenade. Okie doke. Yeah, actually, theoretically, I could just go around. There we go. Right, so back down here. Yeah, you know, it's been a while since I've been thirsty about Leon. You know, it's been about 6 hours. So I had to go off on something. And no, I said go off. Anyway. This chapter's a pain in the ass, I tell you. I get it's like, I think it's just like the you know, the fourth assault kind of thing. Well, this and the Mike chapter are both kind of like the gauntlets, I suppose. But it's so annoying. But hopefully with the Chicago Sweeper we should be fine. Hello. Goodbye. Right. How did I have to? How on earth did they build all this? Like, I'm assuming it was something like, oh, Krauser helped get all the military weapons and everything, and they took stuff from Umbrella. I don't think Umbrella. You know, I don't think Umbrella quite had all of this. You know, what is essentially a whole... You basically just picked up an entire factory and dropped it on a remote Spanish island. You know, I get the suspension of disbelief and everything. But someone had to have noticed. You know, in a remote... Oh yeah, this fucking asshole. Ow. Okay. Rude. First off. Secondly, I forgot my point of the train of thought. Suplex. Excellent view. No, I just completely lost my train of thought. So move on. So yeah, how's everyone doing? The kitten, Maple, has been a little bit of a shit. But that's just her being a kitten rather than her being awful. It's just because I tell you what, every single time that I've gotten food for her today, or like for the past couple of days, every single time... Wrong button, there we go. Every single time, she starts climbing up my leg, and I tell you what, it's like little needles, constantly. It's like, I thought normal cat claws were bad. Kittens are like death. Just needles of death, constantly against your leg, going up, and chewing on your headphone cables. I've been glued to Zelda. Yeah, everyone's playing Zelda at the moment, aren't they? And yeah, it looks interesting. I've never been too into Zelda. I think I played Breath of the Wild on the Wii U, and I got maybe 2 of the whatever they are, the beasts. And then I just kind of stopped, but I did get it on Switch as well. I just never got around to playing it. But it looks really... Ooh, no. Hello. Come here. Come here. No, you come here. That also works. But yeah, no, it looks really good, and I hope everyone's having fun with Tears of the Kingdom. I think I've seen, like, I've seen a little bit into the tutorial, so I know Rauru, who I think is voiced by Chris Hackney. I think it definitely sounds like Dimitri from Fire Emblem Three Houses. I think that's his name, Blue Lions. I think it's Dimitri. I could be terribly wrong. But you know who I mean. And I think he confirmed he was that person, but I'm not entirely sure. But it looks really cool.
Ashley!
Yes, I own a Wii U. I was the only fucking person in the game store to actually ask for Breath of the Wild on the Wii U when it came out. It's like all the Switch cases were like empty or whatever. Like it had the display ones, but it was very, very few. But the Wii U section was absolutely full, and I think we were one of maybe like 5 people, if that, in the whole county maybe, who bought Breath of the Wild on Wii U. But you know, we mostly replayed mostly we played the Wii U for like Splatoon more than anything. We had a good fair few games on it. It was the what is it? It was the Wind Waker version. It was a Wind Waker Wii U. So it's the nice black that had the matte cover on the front, and then it had the matte back, and then the shiny front cover, which is really annoying because it was always just so full of thumbprints and everything. Absolutely terrible. I don't know why you would take something that's going to be held all day, every day, potentially, and make it shiny. It is like the worst decision you could ever make. That probably single-handedly caused the Wii U's downfall. But you know, we had the Wii U. What the fuck was that? Tell you what, man, if it wasn't for here, you could have made a great circus performer. Anyway, yeah, you know, we had the Wii U. It was a shiny Wind Waker HD one, so it came with a download code for Wind Waker HD, which was really cool. We had Splatoon. My sister plays Splatoon like all day, every day. It was insane, and she still does to a certain extent. and then there was Breath of the Wild. Like I said, I mostly played it on the Wii U screen, which was decently doable, actually. You would be surprised. And what else was there? Oh yeah, I had Xenoblade Chronicles X, which I absolutely loved, and I'm still waiting for the Switch port. Exactly, the Wii U had Xenoblade, and that's all, essentially. It had Xenoblade, Smash for, like, the first 6 months, because I don't think anyone... It had, you know, up until Bayonetta came about, you know, it was decent, but it didn't get nearly as much, kind of acclaim, I suppose. You know, people weren't making animations about it, you know, like they did with Brawl, or just going absolutely mental with the YouTube content for months and months like they did with Smash Ultimate. It was just kind of a thing that was there, you know. Yeah, let's up the durability on that while we're here. I'm getting PTSD from this. Because this was the place where I... Oh, thank you, sir. Ma'am, sorry. What, Leon? What are you causing a fuss over? Look, it's just rotten meat, okay? It's not that bad. Behave. Yeah, no, it is, yeah, the Wii U just basically... Why do you have to keep bringing it up, Jason? I can't say it. They're a family downstairs. I mean, I wouldn't say, you know, either or. Yeah, exactly. It's a win-win. Shut up. Shut up. You don't know me. Oh, yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay, yes. Anyway, getting back to my point. Something about Switch, yeah, no, we still got the Switch as well, because we've never traded in consoles or sold them or anything. Any console, any device, you know, handheld that we have bought at some point, it's somewhere around the house. So yeah, so we've got that. I wouldn't mind a Wii U. I still really want a Switch port of Xenoblade X, because it had potential. It definitely had potential, and I would also like to see the fresh kind of reactions to the soundtrack, to the names of the soundtrack, as well. It's because those are mental. Am I going the right way? I'm not going the right way. No, I am. Hello. You know, it's funny because you've got like that scene. You've got the thing where the Regenerator runs across, and it's like, ooh, spooky. So, you know, while I was doing my professional run, I was just so fed up that I would just sprint over here, and I wouldn't even see him. Yeah, because that Chronicles is over. They might do something with it. I hope so, because it's just so much fun, you know. And you get a giant mech. What's not to love? But, you know, maybe they don't. You know, maybe it'll be lost to the Wii U. In which case it'll have some value. You know? Right, I need to remember... Oh. Job solved. Xenosaga I don't know much about, admittedly. It might be good. This looks terrifying. My first thought on my first playthrough had something else in mind, but you know, it's still pretty fucked up.
What kind of
But that's just me being a bastard. Anyway, got the key card. So, oh yeah, hi. I thought you came out of the freezer, but no, you actually come here. I love this guy. I have to admit, as much as the oh, that's right. I need to go here. Free first aid spray. But like, as much no, I just completely lost my train of thought. No, it's like, yeah, as much as the professional mode run of this was an absolute nightmare, because I saved at the merchant, and then I had to get through all of this chapter, and then I think it was all the way up to the Krauser fight that I had to do. So it was not ideal. But as much as as much as playing through this over and over and over again was a pain in the ass, to the point where I just knew everything by heart, it is... I do love the Regenerador's design, simply because they look so fucking goofy. The first scene to play expands and the 11th scene of Psychopaths can fight to the death over who gets another game. You know, yeah, that would be interesting, definitely. But you know, the Regeneradors are so I just love how fucking goofy they are. You know, they could be terrifying, and I suppose the first time they were, but also they are just wobbly meat sacks with jiggle physics and a great big toothy grin. And it's adorable in a way. You know, it's like if the Regeneradors had a plush like they did with the liquor, I'd probably buy it. Just because of how adorable it would be with that great big grin. It would be like very kind of like creepy cute in a way, you know? Yeah, that horse jiggles. Everything jiggles. It has no bones. Now, I have to make a decision here, and I think I've already made it, actually, because the decision was, okay, do I go and get the minigun so I can use the biosensor scope, or do I just go wild with the Chicago Sweeper? And to be honest, I think I'm just going to go wild with the Chicago Sweeper. Because, you know, any enemy can regenerate. You know, you can play it the clever way, but when you've got an infinite gun, you know, eventually if you shoot something for long enough, it will die, and I am banking on that. Shut up, Jason. No, they won't be illegally tight. I tell you who is, though. He's right there with the cat ears. Right. Don't clip that, by the way. Okay, so I suppose the biosensor scope would be good for knowing who has the But I'm terrible with words today, I'm sorry. For who has the wrench. That was it. The big metal thingy. But actually, I think it was this dude, because I know it's pretty much always this dude on professional, but it might still be him. But, because it was always in a set place on standard and assisted. I think on hardcore and professional it's different. It's not randomized, I know that. But I think I will just take my chances. Nope, don't sliver. Don't sliver. Don't sliver. All you need is slime, and you are set to be the best slug cosplayer in the world. Ow. I thought you were dead. Jello cup grip. For God's sake. Oh. Yeah, they make that noise as well. You know when you, like... This is going to be a really weird kind of topic of conversation, but you know when you have a jelly cup and like you're taking the first like spoonful out and it's just like a vacuum. And it just makes that kind of noise. I'm not very good with noises, but you know what I mean. You know, it's like that. This is admittedly not going as well as I'd like. However, I have first aid sprays, and I'm a stubborn bastard. So, you know, it's not all bad.
Present for you.
One of you better have the fucking wrench by the end of this. Also, I love that it doesn't have a brain. Ew, where did you come from? There we go. Okay. It was the first guy I was doing. So at least we've got that. And I can run around the rest of you. That wrench. That little... Not wrench. Nut. I think it's called. Which probably isn't... You know, it was just... Of course it's called that after all this conversation we've been having. But that nut did not have a thing on the end of it. This is a terrible conversation point. I'm gonna stop now. Alright, if I just wait until... Okay, he blew himself up. That's good. Alright, so I just need to wait until the card is complete, which should be fine. Usually I just... There we go. Usually I just kind of hang out by here, but that's also when I don't have any regenerators on my ass trying to show me the slug cosplay, which is not slimy enough. I would like to get up at some point. Okay, I was trying to get my inventory so then I could maybe actually heal myself and run away. But I guess the regenerator said nope. Boom. And I fell to the floor. Catboy got kicked. Okay. Alright, I know which one's which, so I just need to be very careful about my aim, but I should be fine if I just throw the heavy grenade here. I did not touch you, sir. Okay. At some point, you know, you think it would be faster to just go back, grab the thing, so then I can use the biosensor scope. You'd think. But I am not, one, that clever, and two, that willing to give up. So, we will follow the slug one, watch him wobble around, and then eventually we'll get all his points. There we go. Good boy. Ow. Well done, Leon. Okay, we got the wrench. So far I've only had one regenerator out, which is good. Okay. So now the cavalry comes in. Yeah. To be honest, I was expecting to shoot the dynamite in his hand, but there's something very satisfying about having it fall out of his hand and then explode right next to his face. Right. Should be done shortly. I just need to survive, which oddly enough is a lot easier in professional. There we go. Okay. Nope. It's been wonderful, gentlemen. But I have a date with the president's daughter. So I will see you all for drinks. I know a good bar, trust me. Anyway, yeah, no, I know that so this locker is for when Ashley... Yeah, this is for when you have Ashley with you, because there's a Iron Maiden there as one of the strong foes, one of the merchant's quests. I've done it once. I can't be asked to do it again. Yep, no worries, Jason, take care. Okay, at least we focus on her face and we can see the veins in her face. If they gotta show her arms, yeah, no, it's like, this glove, it's cold! This makes absolutely no sense with the armor, but it's very funny. It's like, the detail work is so impressive. You're gonna have to take that home with you.
You're gonna be okay.
And here is my favourite bit of this cutscene. It is very nice to watch. I don't know why, it's just nice. Anyway. Let's save the chapter. Okay, no, this chapter was fine. Chapter 14 is when it starts being a bastard. That was it. And then chapter 15 is also a bit of a bastard, but you know, that's... Hi. Hello.
Sorry I'm late.
No. Thank you. You brought the medicine just in time.
Can you stand?
Where's Luis?
He was worried about you. Till the end. Come on. We don't have much time.
This is a very sweet
Let's get rid of these
cutscene.
things.
For Luis.
For Luis. Exactly. Hi, Ada.
There's a lab where we can remove the parasites. Had a crazy hunch that you'd know where it is.
Their most important facilities are housed in their sanctuary at the top of the mountain. That's where I'd look.
Ada the encyclopedia.
Happy to help. Now you owe me.
That was a very awkward pause. Also, Ada the Encyclopedia, Leon. Really? You could have said encyclopedia, or something like that. Or like, I don't know, something, but Ada the Encyclopedia. What the fuck does that mean? Honestly, I should have probably read that. Oh well. I was gonna say something. Well, hold on. I never noticed this before. She being a knight in shining armor filling out. It's yeah, basically. Look at her. Anyway, why is there a fish? Why is there a fish in this caged shell? I never noticed. I've played through this game 1, 2, 3. This is my 5th time playing through the game, and I've only just noticed the fish in the cupboard. You learn something new every playthrough, evidently. You know, somewhere there's... Damn it, Joey! In case she wanted a snack. No, if she wanted a snack, it would have to be cheese. Don't be silly.
Pretty much a master of unlocking.
I feel like a lawyer for one Miss Valentine is going to come to the White House at some point. for that. I'm just letting you know. Right. But I tell you what, playing through this chapter in one go is an absolute fucking nightmare.
I have some new goods that might interest.
Yeah, I'm not really into your goods, mate. I'm just kind of into your repair services and your shooting gallery game. LE5, what was that? Oh yeah, that's the, oh okay, so if you don't grab the submachine gun in the freezer section, it's just on sale. So you can still get it, but you have to buy it. Okay. While we're here, let's go to the shooting gallery. Yeah! Again, Catboy jokes. Yeah, it's fate, really. You've got... Yeah, you've got... Moushly. You've got... Meowon? Meowon? That doesn't really work. Maybe? But it's better than Leon. Yeah. No. Meowon. I like Meowon. Anyway. Choose to meet you, Leon. Yeah, we'll work something on Leon's name later. That's fine. But yeah, no, we haven't rolled another gacha yet, Joey. And you better be fucking careful what you say after last time. Okay. Yeah. S-A-B-A-A. Saba. Anyway. Right. 4A, 4B, 4C. Okay. Let's see what we can do.
You got this. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Are you serious?
Yep. Ah, damn it. Okay. Nope.
What? Sweet.
I know. Ooh. Oh, damn it, Leon! Okay. Not the best, not the best. Yeah, it's adorable. Kissady didn't really work. Hold on, you're onto something there. Oh, we got the A. That's good.
Nice one, Leon.
Thank you. No, you're onto something there. Meowdon S. Kit. Hold on. Meowon S. Kittendy. Meowon S. Kittendy. I think we've got it. That's what we've got. That's what we've got. Meowon S. Kittendy. Official. That's his Catboy name. Anyway, yeah, no, Ashley is absolutely adorable. Oh, Jesus Christ, bolt throw. But, you know, Ashley is absolutely adorable in this. You know, she's just absolutely precious. Keep forgetting this has an absolute piss slow. Okay, mine for you then. God, I hate it. I hate the bolt thrower. I hate the bolt thrower. I've said it time and time again. But I hate how slow it is. It is... I'm sure, you know, it's technically logical. It's, you know... It's a bolt thrower, of course it's not going to be fast. However, you know, for an action game, if you're trying to be fast, it's not the best. You know, I am always the person who has like the quick weapons. You know, I'm quick and stealthy, and the bolt thrower is stealthy, but it sure as fucking quick. There are so many tender moments that endear them to one another despite the dire situation now. And exactly, they are just so sweet. Yeah, like, obviously I haven't seen a lot of the original, but, you know, Leon seemed more kind of reluctant to look after Ashley. You know, he was still very on the mission and whatever, but Ashley and Leon did not kind of I don't want to say deserve, but like when Ashley has our overtime line at the end of the game, it just seems to like come out of nowhere, which makes, you know, I can understand it, because one, Leon's very hot, and two, he just rescued you like some knight, you know, in a fairy tale. It's very romantic. However, there's not any chemistry there to really do it. It's just kind of it's a B-movie line, you know, that kind of thing. But this game, it's really sweet. They have all sorts of moments together, you know, when they're looking out for each other. Even just the little things, you know, about how, like, after the Mendez fight, Ashley throws a chair at the window to break it, calls out for Leon, and then after he gets out, she helps pat him down, you know, from the fire. And it's little things like that one, indeed Ashley, and two, kind of show the relationship between them. You know, it's sweet. You know, I don't really see it as a romantic relationship. I just see it more as, like, if anything, it's more like a sibling type thing. You know, or just like a good friends type thing. But it's really sweet, and I do really love it. You know, they both, you know, they both poke fun at each other and everything, but at the same time they look after each other, which is lovely. You know, and also gives a little bit more character to Ashley, who beforehand, you know, ran away, got up against the wall, and then the wall turned around and she was kidnapped, you know. Yes, when we get to the Pelagus extraction, that is so sweet. That is very sweet. It's painful, but, like, it's also very sweet as well on that scene. Well, at least I think the most incredible thing about this game is somehow meeting the impossible expectation. Exactly, of remaking RE4. Exactly. Because, like, obviously I've heard how good... I didn't expect to do that. But yeah, like, I heard about how good RE4 was constantly, you know. It's just like, oh my god, it's this amazing game. I keep forgetting. Yeah, let's use this. You know, I get this, sorry, I'm focusing at the moment. I'll get more into it afterwards. Yeah, I doubt I'm gonna get a good score on this, because I keep forgetting what guns I have. And I don't use a lot of them either. Ooh, no, I know I use the rifle for this one. There we go. Yeah, this is definitely not the bolt action where it's do I use That's what I use the shotgun for. Yeah, I'm fighting a bunch of pirates at the moment. Give me a little bit, and I'll probably get back to you on the story and everything in the game. Oh, dynamite! No! Ah. Okay, well, I got a B. That's decent enough. Ashley is adorable in her little pose here. It is just so sweet. What is in here? Are they just potatoes? Ashley, are you eating from the box of potatoes? It's okay if you are, because we actually haven't had anything to eat. So, like, if you want to eat that, go ahead. But there is much nicer looking food up the stairs, if you are so inclined. It's a merchant's lunch. I hope those are potatoes, because I thought they were... No, I don't think that's rats. But gee, I love the food. I love the food here. So you've got, like, a quiche, because knowing how anyone eats pizza with a fork, that's a quiche. And then you got prawns. And then something with chips. Not fries, chips. What are the little balls here? They're either potatoes or they're like fish cakes, I think. With a dipping sauce with probably a little bit of chili in it. Then you got those weird things which are like tomato, a bit of cheese, and then a single leaf on a stick. No, I don't think there's steak fry. Oh, sorry, I thought you were saying steak fries. No, steak frites. Probably. I know, I'm just going off the food that I have, that I know of, at least. And that was probably just some kind of meat, tomato-y thing. And then you've probably got wine here. But, of course, Leon would not drink on the job. So, it unfortunately goes unused. But anyway, yeah. We'll get into gacha. Hold on. I want to use my gold one. There we go. Tria collar. Color. I wasted my fucking gold thing. And I've only got 2. But yeah, no, going back to the whole thing about RE4. We'll discuss it while looking at this picture of the merchant. There we go. Yeah, for the 3 colours. Yeah, I know what you meant. I also don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, no, I think that's it. 'Cause it's like tomato. It's got the fancy cheese, and then it's got the leaf on top, which I think is like a bay leaf. No, I don't think it's bay leaves. No, because they're the hard ones. They're the crispy ones that aren't very nice. That you just dip in like a sauce or whatever for like 2 minutes, and then you pull it out because somehow that affects the taste. Might be basil. I think it's basil. Anyway, we're going off topic from the topic I was supposed to be on topic about before I got off topic again. But yeah, no, like the original RE4 was absolutely fantastic. You know, it's got that B-movie charm, but it was just everyone kept saying how much fun it was to play. And everything. Mozzarella and basil. That was it. Thank you. It was driving me nuts. I couldn't remember the cheese. But yeah, it was mozzarella and basil. That was it. Anyway, yeah. It's really, really... Everyone kept saying, oh, it's really fun. It's amazing. You know, it's ridiculous. But it's charming. And it's so fun to replay. You know, you've got so... It's so easy to do like a pistol and knife run only. And everything. It's absolutely fantastic. And it had that kind of reputation for years. You know, it was like 2005, I think it was, because it was supposed to be 2004, because they took place in every year, but then it kind of got, yeah, no, I think it was 2005, I could be wrong, but yeah, 2005, good, excellent. So yeah, it came out 2005, and it had been like that for like years, like 2 decades almost, almost 2 decades, hold on, I can do maths, it's 18... No. No, I can do maths. Maths was my best subject in GCSE. Yeah, 18 years. 18 years. It had that reputation for 18 years. And then they had the remake. And, you know, having a remake of a game after 1, 18 years, and 2, after the fame that it has, you know, how amazingly received it was. And then they go and fucking make it good. They make it so much fun. They took everything that was good from RE4, everything that made it so much fun to play, took out the awful fucking quick time events, because they're not a thing anymore. They never should have been, but they were. So they've gone and made it, it's an RE4 for the modern age. You know, it's absolutely fantastic. They did a terrific job with it. It's amazing, because, like, there were kind of, I haven't played the Resident Evil 3 remake. I played a little bit too, I haven't even bought 3. But from what I heard, RE2 remake was great. RE3 remake kind of fell a little bit. It wasn't as good as people were expecting. And just generally with remakes, you know, they can be absolutely amazing, or they can be absolutely terrible, you know. Remakes and remasters and everything. Just fucking look at the Persona 3 Portable remaster, where they just put an AI to everything and... Ugh. Anyway. But, like, so there was a lot riding on this remake. But I think I think it was that Capcom absolutely knew what was at stake here. And then they were like, okay, let's just make this the absolute best thing we can do. And then they fucking did. And it's absolutely amazing. You know, I've heard bits and pieces from people complaining about how it took things out from the original. But they're like really petty things, like, oh, why isn't Ashley like this? Why isn't Ada wearing her dress? Why aren't the quick time events here? I wanted to be chased by a giant boulder. But, you know, it's not... One, that's not... You know, unfortunately, that's just not kind of the direction that Capcom is taking the Resident Evil series. It used to be, but now they've done and changed it into, you know, they made it a bit more serious, especially with the RE2 remake, and with that, they knew that they had to change things with the RE4 remake, and make it a bit more serious. And while some bits have to be cut out, it is for the better, I think, for this one specifically. And it's not like, you know, it's not like they're taking away the original. You know, you can still get the original. I need to get the original at some point, because I know it's got a PlayStation 4 version. I might get that and stream that eventually at some point, because I want to experience the OG and compare the two. But, you know, it's you know, it's nothing stopping you from playing the original. But, you know, most of the time that people say that is because the remake is not as good as the original game. But the thing is, they're both terrific. You know, they're both absolutely fantastic. It's just what you're in the mood for. So you can have the absolutely cheesy, you know, tank control, infinite knife, you know, madness of the original RE4, or you can have the new improved graphics, tweaked story, you know, but a bit more serious playing remake. Yeah, it's like comparing a fine wine to a juicy steak. You know, it's like comparing, it's like comparing cheesecake to macarons. Both are exceptional. It's just kind of whatever you're in the mood for. You know? Yeah, I can understand original being more arcadey and just skipping the story. Exactly. And technically you can do that here as well, but it probably feels a lot more fun on the OG. I can understand that. But that's the beauty of it. It's like, you know that comment where it's like, oh, this cake's not as good as mine or whatever, and they're like, holy shit, 2 cakes. But it's not one terrible cake and one excellent cake. they're just two excellent cakes. You know, they're just, one's got strawberry icing, one has chocolate. It's just up to your personal taste. You can have one or the other. You can have both if you want. It's absolutely amazing. It boggles the mind that, you know, it's they did it. They actually went and did something excellent. It's amazing, and I love it. And it's really endeared people. I should have gone up here so we had the fancy music while I was going on. But like it's and the thing is as well with this one, it's going to endear a lot of people to this series. It's going to do the exact same thing that the original RE4 did, in which it's going to bring out a lot of people. You know, people are going to absolutely adore this game, like they do with the original RE4. And they're going to go back and experience the rest of the series, which is what the original RE4 did. And it's history repeating itself, but for good. You know, there is nothing bad to come out of this remake. And that is just stunning. That is a rarity. Which, you know, it shouldn't be after God knows how many years of gaming, but it is amazing nonetheless. Anyway, I think that's my kind of words, bad brain, me. Yeah, that's my thoughts, I suppose. Yeah, any of the games can be jumping on points for new players, exactly. So you could start with RE4 and then go back, because again, the beauty of the RE4 game and remake is that they're somewhat disconnected to the others in terms of the main umbrella story. Resident Evil Survivor, God's sake, Joey. To be fair, I haven't had a look at it, so it's not fair to judge it immediately, but you know, there are some games which you don't talk about in a series. Everyone knows this. We're all Sonic fans. We know how this goes. There are some games that are like the pinnacle of the series, and some games that you just buy for cheap just for shits and giggles. You know, that's, you know, it's Sonic. That is like Sonic Generations and Sonic Chronicles. For RE4, this is probably the RE4 remake and Resident Evil Survivor. Do you want to play Umbrella Chronicles, the light gun? Yeah, the light gun game sounds fun. Yeah, apparently, all I know about the Umbrella Chronicles, I think, is that Krauser is a protagonist in it, but I'm not 100%. I could be misremembering. But, yeah. Anyway. I've never really played many light gun games, apart from, you know, light gun games at an arcade, I suppose. Anyway, we'll have one more go at the shooting. Yeah, the Wii ones. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, the DSRE one where you can tap them. That's really cute. Right, we'll have one more go at this. So we've got the Blacktail, the Stingray, the Striker, and the TMP. Okay, so the Blacktail is just good for fast shooting, individual shooting. The Stingray is the rifle, so that would be good for far away. The Striker is the wide range shotgun, so that would be good for groups. TMP is the machine gun. Okay. One moment, I need a drink because I've been talking for too long. So talk amongst yourselves, class. Okie doke, I'm back. I don't... What are Neo Turf Masters, I have to ask? I'm assuming... I was going to say I'm assuming it's Zelda, but it might not be. I have no idea what you two are talking about. Oh, Neo Geo golf game. Okay. Of course it would be something like that. God, I haven't really played... The only golf game that I played is Everybody's Golf, because I remember that was going around, it had like sponsor segments, and I remember buying that and then later finding out that there was a Catboy Leon DLC in it. But I also wasn't going to spend money for DLC on a golf game. So, I know it exists, but I haven't got it. Anyway. Enjoy your Neo Geo golf stuff. Yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can get a higher score on this. So I can get one more. Let's see if I can. There's one. Oh.
That was awesome.
Okay, well, let's restart that. I thought I could be good, but I was not.
You got this, Leon.
Okay, now I get the rifle. 1, 2. Oh, come on. Right, machine, no, machine. There we go.
Come on.
Okay. Yeah, Lady Layton, Catboy Leon and the Millionaire's Conspiracy. It's fun, but it's also, you gotta have to kind of get used to the different kind of style. This is shit, but I'm gonna have a go anyway. Shotgun? No. TMP.
Keep up that pace. Double kill. Beautiful.
Hey, are you for real?
I didn't know I could do that. Oh. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, no, the Catboy Leon and the Millionaire's Conspiracy is fun, but it is very different to the other Leighton games. So, like, the other Leighton games are like, you've got one main overarching plot, and you solve mysteries along the way. But in Catboy Leon, it is a case-by-case game.
Take a look.
So you're solving, like, mini stories, as it were. And if I'm gonna be 100%, it's not as in depth. Damn it, I was gonna see if I could buy a gold token, but I can't. Never mind. Well, I don't need any more charms to be honest. You know, I've got I have Leon. You know, that's all I need. Yeah, not quite missions, but chat. It's kind of. Yeah. Was this game a mobile game first? No. Oddly, no. Catboy Leon and the Millionaire's Conspiracy was a 3DS game first, and then it got moved to mobile, which is when it got all the costumes unlocked, and then it was 3DS mobile, and then it got the Switch port, which also carried over all of the extra costumes, because, yeah, Leighton Brothers is a mobile game. However, I know way too much about Catboy Leon. I know way too much about Catboy Leon, but anyway. So, in So Catriel Layton got an anime, right? And it is, and you know, it's like a light-hearted kind of kids anime, and something that the that the anime had was like Catriel would have like charms, like charms to put on like necklaces and bags and bits and pieces like that would go with her different outfits, because she also had a lot of different outfits in the anime. And they were used in the game, but then they also had some different ones which were also put into the special edition. They were mostly recolors, but the charms are also part of the special edition, like you said. And you could get a whole load of them, and they were like they were kind of similar to how amiibo work, in that you touch it against the device and then you unlock the costume from there. But they're also just really, really cute as well. However, that I think was basically Japan only. All those charms and everything, all the Catriel Layton merchandise is Japan only, and it pisses me off because there's so much cute stuff, and there's like, I really wanted to get the charms because they are just adorable, because they're like, because they brought those charms and all the outfits that come with the charms over to the Switch, right? And they show you like charms, I think, in the Switch port, but those charms are real. They are what you used on the special edition to unlock those outfits. But obviously they couldn't have the charms over worldwide, because, you know, they probably wouldn't get enough money for it. So unfortunately they were Japan only, along with her notebook and her magnifying glass, and just tons of other bits of merchandise. She has a manga as well. I haven't read it, but there's quite a few bits of Professor Layton manga actually. But no, but I know she's got a manga, and she's got the anime, again Japan only. But there are kind of subbed versions on YouTube. Some of them might be French, and some of them have different, you know, it's like, you know what you get with fan translations, it's a little bit, it's inconsistent. So like the first half, we'll call her Katry, which is Katry, which is her nickname in Japan. But then in the rest of the series afterwards, they will just call her Cat, which is her localized nickname. And you know, there's all sorts of bits and pieces as well. But the anime, if I'm going to be 100% honest, the anime does a better job of telling her story than the game does. Because the game, we can walk and talk while we do this. But yeah, the game, Catcher on the Millionaire's Conspiracy, is very simple and very bland, if I'm going to be honest. It's, where is it? There it is.
Nice shot.
So yeah, it's very kind of bland, and it doesn't really tell you too much about Catriel other than she is Professor Layton's daughter. But then at the end of the game, oops, no, she actually isn't his biological daughter. She was adopted. What could the mystery be? You know, obviously planting sequel bait for a game that will never come to light, if the new Professor Layton game is anything to go by. But the thing is, they actually, in the anime, they actually go into that. So every 10th episode of the Catriel Layton anime, every 10th episode of the Catriel Layton anime, up until a certain point, has a kind of has a chapter, is an episode where they focus on Professor Layton, because, you know, he's been missing for God knows how long, and it actually goes about how, you know, why he's missing, you know, how did he come to adopt Catriel, and bits and pieces like that. And I think, and it's really, you know, I think they kind of knew that they weren't going to get a sequel game, and I think they just used all the storytelling. Oh, for God's sake! I think they used what they had planned for the game, for the game's series. You know, there might be plural, but they used what they had planned for the anime, and it's actually really, really good. And you know, it's not you know, masterpiece of storytelling by any means, but it is really. It's a much better kind of Layton spin-off than the game. The anime is better than the game, if I'm going to be 100% honest. Yeah, I would recommend. I think you can do what you like, to be honest. You know there's the anime, you know there's the game. I think the game is good to kind of get the basic idea, but I think if you want to do the anime, you can definitely do the anime. Why did I come around here? No, I think that with the... I mean, I'm probably just saying that because the game... You know, you're not playing... I was going to say you're not playing Professor Layton for the plot, but you kind of are. But you're playing the Layton games for like puzzles or whatever. If you still want to like experience the puzzles and everything, I would still say play the game because the puzzles are quite fun. They're a different kind of puzzle to what you normally expect from Professor Layton. Again, this is kind of the whole thing, is that the Lady Layton game, as it were, as it's called in Japan, it's definitely it's got a whole different kind of thing for a lot of different bits and pieces. And I think they had different people doing the puzzles for Lady Layton compared to the other games, but I can't be certain on that. So, you know, at the end of the day, if you still like the puzzles, you can still play the puzzles. And, you know, the puzzles are still entertaining, and you'd want to get the... Oh, I didn't know this was here. And you'd want to get the extra puzzles as well, because they do the same thing as the 3DS, that all the 3DS games do, where you can download daily puzzles. So you can, if you get it... well, actually, I don't know if they do them on the Switch. They might do them on the Switch? I don't know, but there's 365 extra puzzles that you can download. Yeah, so what were you saying, Joe? Start very free so you can have the chance of having the wrong idea of a character immediately. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think if you want the puzzles still, if you like playing the Professor Layton games, like the puzzles and everything, I would say you can still play the game. If there is a Japanese option, if I'm gonna be 100% real, if there is a Japanese voice option, take the Japanese voice option. Because the English dub is not great, I have to say. Because the English dub for Catboy Leon, they did... so, like, obviously with the other Layton games, they were mostly... Americans doing British accents. Apart from in like Europe or the UK or whatever, they actually got a British voice actor, because I think it's like Lani Minella or someone doing Luke's voice in the American version, but then in the UK version they got an actual British voice actor to do Luke, because there was something about like, oh, it's not actually that, you know. Yeah, we actually got a good Luke, yeah. You know, it's up to interpretation, but yeah, there's a different Luke. But with the Catboy Leon game, it is all British voice actors. So if you play Final Fantasy XIV, if you remember Tesleen from Shadowbringers, ill-fated Tesleen, she's Catboy Leon's voice actress. Rosie Jones, I think her name is. And she has a lovely voice, but the direction is the flattest thing in existence. It is the equivalent of a sheet of paper. You know, it's not great, I have to say. The others are decent enough. The dog talks, and it would be good, it would be funny and charming if his lip syncing actually happened, but it doesn't. Hello, Iron Maiden.
What the fuck? Die, you stubborn son of a bitch.
Where did you go? There you are. I didn't know where you went for a minute. But yeah, no, I have to be 100%. If there is a Japanese voice option, and you don't mind that, choose the Japanese voice option.
Jesus.
Yeah, the dog talks. I don't play Fallen Friend. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, Luke is the only thing different in the dub. It was something to do with the accent. Apparently it wasn't great. So yeah, they got an actual British voice actress to replace Luke in the European, or at least UK version. So yeah, no, the dog talks. It's called Shirl, because it's based off Sherlock Holmes. They only mentioned that fact once, I think, because of because of copyright. He is amusing, but in English, he has a very oldie voice, very old sounding voice, and it doesn't lip sync. To be blunt, it is the worst. It does not match up with the lip syncing in the slightest, and it is absolutely terrible in that aspect. You know, not everything. It's not great, to be honest. So if there was a Japanese dub, I would recommend the Japanese dub. However, in the anime, so like the performances and everything are very flat in English. I don't know what it's like in Japanese. I'm hoping it's at least a little bit more enthusiastic. But that's just in the game. In the anime, everything about every character is, you know, it's polished to near perfection, I suppose. Great Ace Attorney, definitely get to Great Ace Attorney. Don't get me off track yet, but I can talk about Great Ace Attorney, but I need to finish what I'm saying about Catcher Lane first. Sorry. But yeah, no, so the anime, the Catcher Layton anime, has so much fucking personality. Catriel is absolutely adorable and mischievous, and she loves sweets, and, you know, she does really weird things during her deductions and explanations, and it's absolutely adorable. And she is without a doubt her best self in the anime. As is Ernest. Or I think, yeah, his name is Noah in the Japanese version, because that's who I named Noah after. It's a combination of Noah from Catriel and Catriel. So yeah, no, because I was watching the anime at the time. Ow. Yeah, give me a minute, Ashley. Christ. Yeah, thank you, Jerry. Have a good one. It's a shame that tons of people go, wow, there are these great British performances in Final Fantasy 14 and the Xenoblade series, and I just don't play the game, so I'm missing out. Yeah, they are really, really good. They are really good. At least Final Fantasy 14. I don't know about Xenoblade. they're probably good too. Excuse me, sir, I was aiming over there. Wait your turn. But yeah, no, so I would recommend at least checking out the cutscenes if you're not interested in playing the games. I know in Xenoblade the cats are Welsh. That's all I know. And I know Rex has the heaviest the heaviest country accent. Might be northern. I think it might be northern. I'm not 100%, but he's got the heaviest accent I've ever seen. Thank you, Ashley. Are you gonna do it? Come on. Awesome. Thank you, Ashley.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Noah, Noah's my Final Fantasy XIV character. His full name is Noah Catry. But Noah spelled N-O''A, because that's Mikate way of doing things. So it's Noah Catry, and I named him after Noah, which is Ernest Greaves' Japanese name, and Catry is Catriel, obviously. Hi, Jason. We've gone down. We've been talking about Catriel Layton for like the past God knows how long. There we are. So yeah, we've been talking about Catriel Layton and how the game is fine, but the puzzles are different, and how the English dub is not great, and how the anime is just like a million times better, to be honest. I would still recommend playing the game if you are curious, but one, play with a Japanese dub, and two, do not expect the same kind of storytelling quality as the other Layton games. It's very much on a case-by-case basis. It's still fun, it's fine, but not spectacular, I suppose. It's a very funny. Do you sometimes mix them up with one of the other main cat boys? I think it... Yes. Grahatia. Yeah. No, they're my, what's the phrase? I'm gonna embarrass myself. Blawbows? Scrunklies? Something like that. They are my two, you know when you could just hold characters in your hand and just go, I just think they're neat. Like that one clip, like that one Simpsons image. It's just, they're that. But I won't spoil anything, but the results of OTP, yes, they are also OTP. What was I gonna say?
There you are. Pleasant travels.
Thank you. I won't spoil anything, but the Layton in the anime, what they do with Layton's storyline is about as wild as you usually get with the Layton series, but I don't think anyone would have guessed the result, I suppose. So like it's one of those, I'm trying to think of the good example. In Professor Layton and Pandora's box, or Diabolical box, whatever you call it in your country, in whatever country people are in. So like in Professor Layton and Pandora's box, it turns out that the box that kills people doesn't actually kill them, or maybe it kills them, but the reason why it has such a thing is because the box comes from a mining town that mines some really dangerous gas in the rocks or whatever, and the box had some of the hallucinogenic gas, that was it. So it's got hallucinogenic gas, and that was why no one is actually in the town. You know, you go into this really dark, gloomy town that has a castle with a vampire. It's not real. Everyone's just hallucinating. You know, everything is all dark and dreary. No one actually lives there, apart from the man who's a vampire, who's actually now very, very old. And, you know, it turns to daybreak and everything is just rubble. The vampire garlic gas is just hallucinogenic sewer fumes. Exactly. You know, it's stuff like that at the end of the day, where it's like, oh, it's not a vampire, it's not a death box, it's actually hallucinogenic gas. You know, it's not a future London, it's another London built underneath the city. It's not a town full of, it's not, you know, it's not, what was it Curious Village was? It's not a normal village of people that just mysteriously break down and disappear. It's a village of robots to look after this one human girl. You know, it's that kind of ridiculousness is definitely carried over for Leighton's episodes of the anime. At the end of everything. So, yeah, but there were also really sweet scenes in the anime, as well, where they actually show Leighton's relationship with Catriel. And it's really sweet, and it actually makes you like, oh, they actually had a good relationship. No wonder she misses him, you know. He was actually a father to her. Not like with, what's his face? Alfendi. from Leighton Brothers. The end of 3, yeah, that absolutely destroyed me as well. Absolutely. Definitely. I remember playing that on my cousin's Nintendo DS. I was saying, no, that was Pandora's Box. I bought Lost Future, and then I was playing it like late into the night. I always play these games really late into the night, and then I finish them, and then I'm crying to myself and under my bed covers at like midnight from all those puzzles every single time. It's just tradition with Leighton games by this point, apart from Catriel, which I think says something about it. But yeah, no, so they took all this ridiculousness and they added it to the anime, but they also have scenes with Leighton and Catriel, which kind of minor spoiler, they don't have any of that in the game. You know, Leighton is mentioned a lot, but there is there's nothing to show Leighton's relationship with Catriel other than the opening scene where she is running after him in down a foggy street, and he just walks away, which never actually happens, I don't think, in the anime, but it might do. But yeah, no, it does happen. He has to go and investigate bits and pieces, but yeah, no, that's the only scene from the game with those two, and then it's just Catriel all the way with Leighton drops constantly. But with the anime, every 10th episode they do something with Leighton himself, and like showing what he did in those years, and it's actually really, really fun, because it's kind of like it's a proper Leighton mystery, as it were. So like the anime itself has and sorry, I'll get back to this in a minute. I'll get back to the game in a minute. I need to get my thoughts out before I go off topic again. But like the anime still does the case by case stuff as it really should do. However, it also has the Leighton stuff to kind of have the whole it has the whole Leighton stuff to bring you back to like the original games, and how they worked. So it was really, really good. And so yeah, no, if you want to play the game, play the game. I've got the Switch version and the 3DS version. Again, Japanese dub is probably ideal, unless you just want to look at the goofy voices. I need to have a look at the voice cast at some point, actually. But yeah, no. Yeah, if you want to play it, play it. The anime actually does have a lot of feels as well. There's an episode early on, that's about like a wife trying to kill her husband constantly, so the husband thinks she's possessed. The result of that episode at the end is actually really heart-wrenching. So I would definitely recommend watching the anime. And when the Leighton and when the Catriel stuff mixes up eventually with Leighton stuff, because of course it does. When that all happens, you get fuck, I don't have enough. I've only got one heavy grenade. Okay. So we can't skip it entirely. That's a shame. I don't have enough ammo. But you know, when the Venn diagram hits here, when those two plot lines eventually meet up, there is a lot of feels, and it's actually very emotional, and it makes you feel things, which is good, because the game definitely does not do that. Yeah, I can speed it up halfway. Right, okay, so I have to kind of make a point of this in that originally when I heard about you can throw heavy grenades in to break the wall, I threw the heavy grenades before Ashley got in the wrecking ball. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to throw them while you're in the process of all this wrecking ball stuff. And actually, while we're here, let's see. Yes, there we go. I was going to remember, because I remember there were boxes, and I was like, maybe we can get some resources. And there are resources. Excellent. Right, so we can actually skip this. Let's get back into the game. Because it's 10:15, and I think I've just been mainly talking about Catrio late in all this stream. I love how Ashley sits just so proud of herself in there. I would have no idea what to do with a wrecking ball.
Have you never heard of driver's ed?
Ashley, I went through driver's ed. I have a license. I have had a license for the past 7 years. Oh, yeah, hold on. I will allow that. Don't worry, I will allow that.
Leave our friends to me.
But you know, I've had a driver's license, and I'm fairly sure we weren't taught how to operate heavy machinery. There we go, there's one. Ow. And there's two. Right, so that should do it. Damn it. Okay, we'll hold the fort then. Take your time, Leon. It's not like we've got all of these guys. There we go. Right. But yeah, no, we've definitely broken the wall enough. I think it will break on this one. There we go. President's daughter is forklift certified. Yeah. One thing I do love, you know, you've got a million of like those details you missed about Resident Evil 4 Remake. But one of the details that I do actually love is that you can get hit with the wrecking ball while Ashley's coming around with the wrecking ball. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to hit you, I promise." It's just so sweet.
That was awesome.
I think you might have found your calling.
For real. It's like, forget your degree in fashion, girl. Get into construction work. That is so... You know, it might not be as famous, but you'll have a decent income. You'll have a steady income, definitely. Yeah, I don't remember driving industrial equipment when trying to get my driver's license for sure.
I guess so.
Yeah, no, because you have to if you want to drive like a van or even like a motorbike or whatever, you have to do different tests. Which is why on your driver's license they've got all these different vehicles.
We have to make it out.
But I've only got the car. Yeah, send it down the quarry. Exactly. You know, maybe you can take her down take her down the Wales, and then she'll build the next set for Doctor Who in the middle of a short quarry. Okay. Yeah, transporting the amber, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so this cutscene coming up actually is really nice. It's not wholesome or anything, but it's just really cool, I think. Yeah, I remember if you're 17, you can drive a small moped. You can't drive a car until you're 18. You can learn to drive, but you can't actually have a proper license till you're 18.
Such profound lesson for all.
So you have something on your staff.
Welcome, my children.
All right, Professor Krill, calm down.
Sadler, the speaker for our Lord.
Actually working on Jemima, that would be amazing.
Foolish lambs, why do you deny grace?
Dennis Hopper, yes! That's a good example as well.
Now, abandon your body.
But yeah, this cutscene is actually really cool.
In a voice of our Lord.
Because, like, it shows you just how dangerous the pluggers actually are. Because, like, she can't control herself, and you can tell how scared she is. But it's not that I don't get, but, like, something that really kind of is interesting is that Leon's pluggers look so much worse. And yet he is just able to resist them fully, basically. He's able to, he just gets through everything by sheer force of will. Also, Ashley doesn't shoot there, not because it's empty, but because she handled it. She couldn't handle it straight enough, so that it jammed, I think is the explanation for that.
Be afraid. Submit your body.
That as well, that little bit where he just, like, brings her head round to face him is absolutely... It's so cool. It's, like, terrifying. I haven't watched a Susie video, no. I've seen a lot of videos. That is a very good angle of Leon. Anyway, yeah, I've seen a lot of videos. I've seen a little bit of Susie's video. I need to get around to watching that. Tell you for which video I did watch of Susie Zoe was her video when she was playing through the Resident Evil 2 remake.
You bastard.
With Nick as well. And one thing that I've discovered is Nick is Leon's voice actor, by the way. And one thing I have discovered is that Nick has an obsession with Oreos, which is quite funny. It's quite cute. He was like, every time you die, I'm gonna eat an Oreo. And what was it as well? Oh yeah, he was in cosplay, I think. No, this was the other lady, Nicole, who voices Jill Valentine in RE3 remake. They did a stream together where they were playing the RE2 remake, and they were both in full cosplay. They both looked amazing. And then Nick went up, did a little skit where it was like, I found this safe in my house, and I unlocked it, and inside there was an extra hit pack, and in that extra hit pack was an Oreo. it was just so out of the blue, but it was so funny. Yeah, no, it wasn't Susie's video room actually, the Oreos. Those were Nicole's ones. But it's still quite funny. You know, he seems very chill. He seems really nice. I of it. I haven't seen him stream, as it were. I remember seeing when he was on Twitch doing that whole great big cast party interview stream thing, because that was on the front page of Twitch. But I have not seen him stream at some point, because he seems very chill. Baby. It is the baby. Yes, baby. God, and every time I see this, it's just like, I really need to get around to playing RE2 Remake. I completely, yeah, but no, I was going on about Nick here. So he seems very chill. And his obsession Oreo is quite fun.
Well, to make it this far, rookie. I've prepared a battlefield up ahead, just for us soldiers. Watered by the blood of generations, hundreds of years. It's
Well, if you're going to talk, I'm going to have a drink of water.
what happened 2 years ago.
Well, tape recorder's still, like... I'm gonna sound like an absolute... Zoomer, millennial, whatever. Gen Z, whatever. Were tape recorders used still in 2005? Because I don't remember ever seeing anything of the sort. I remember seeing, like CDs and Walkmans and bits and pieces like that. I had a little boomboxy type thing. But I don't ever remember seeing like a tape recorder or anything like that. Yeah, very few, very far and few between. Fair enough. But you know, I suppose for dramatic effect, it makes sense. Okay. So we're gonna do this, and then gonna call it a night. Originally, we could have gotten this done a lot faster, but then I went on the Catboy rant. So yeah. But luckily, again, because this is standard, it's not the hardest difficulty. It's no professional, that's for damn sure. So I should be able to get this done relatively easy. We don't come across any more treasures, do we? Yeah, it's it's easier to, you know, with a CD you have to burn it and everything. Although the image of Krauser just kind of hunched over like this, you know, one of those really old bulky laptops, and then just putting the CD in the drive, and then just ranting at him through the webcam, and then taking it out and putting it in a CD player is quite funny. But, you know, I don't think we come across any more treasures. So I think I can get rid of the gems. I have a lot of sapphires.
Stranger.
But now I've got the maximum primal knife, and now
Well, we've given this
I am unstoppable.
Good luck to you, stranger.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, I doubt I'll be able to get the Chicago Sweeper up to maximum on this, but it's still got infinite ammo, thanks to the cat ears. I've got an infinite knife, which would be very useful for Krauser. So I think I'm pretty much unstoppable now. What are the things that... Oh yeah, so you can just get the Velvet Blue if you need more money. That's fine. Rookie, I downloaded Napster. No, I used... I can't remember what music websites I used back in the day. I think I remember using one when I was in school called like BMP3. But then that got shut down. There were tons of those kind of things. And then I also use YouTube to MP3 a lot as well. downloading like music from YouTube onto an MP3. It was mainly things like the Megas and any like YouTube musicians, as it were.
Just like you. You always had poor judgment.
Dude, you got a little something on your face. You might wanna wipe that off.
You're even more naive than I thought. You can't save her. You can't save anyone. Give it up, Krauser.
Ooh, digging into a sore spot there.
Won't bring your men back. And what the hell for? Revenge on the government? You think they would want that? Revenge. You think I'm doing all this for revenge?
I mean, yeah.
See, in that jungle, I had a revelation. The most important thing in this world is pure, unadulterated power. Those Illuminados have given me that. You know, you were always an asshole. But at least you had some kind of code. Some honor.
Neil's hair is so blonde in this.
Look at you now. Enough reminiscing. Move out and draw fire, soldier.
I see where Leon got his backflipping skills from. Ow.
What's wrong? Show no mercy.
I was just reloading. Christ. I'm not the one who's got blood in his crotch. There we go. That is so much easier on standard. Yeah, when I was watching that cutscene, I was actually thinking of Metal Gear. For some reason, I could be totally wrong because I've never played a Metal Gear Solid game. But I was thinking, like something about Krauser's voice and how like kind of it's quite raspy. I was thinking of I want to say Raiden in Revengeance. He reminds me a little bit of that. Not too much, but a little bit. Also, I have to point out again, you've got the wheel, the graffiti of the wheel underneath the wheel, and then you've got the graffiti of the wheel on the door that the wheel opens, because Krauser apparently thinks that we're some kind of idiot. Virgil, yeah, he's very Virgil-y as well. Absolute power, yeah, absolute power definitely brings Virgil to mind.
Go with your gut, don't think. That was the first thing you taught me.
Yeah, the Red Berets are also very early Ocelot. Yeah, I remember that from, I think it's MGS3. Hello. Ow. I remember, I can't remember if I I did post a clip on YouTube, but there was this one instance where I was going through this fight, and I think I must have tripped the bomb at some point, because I remember like falling, taking damage at some point. I think I let this bomb explode. But that happened, and then Krauser ran in, called me sloppy, and then threw his flash grenade and left. He didn't even do like the grab. He was just like, "Ha, you bastard, you fell for it," and then he just kind of left. And it was the funniest fucking thing. Okay. While we're here, let's eat an egg raw, like Gaston. So you're gonna do the cat meow, yeah? Okay. There's that. Shoot you down. I'm sure there's an easier way to do these, but I don't know it, so I'm just gonna shoot it. I mean, maybe you throw a grenade there, but yeah, that's probably the smart answer, isn't it? Throwing a fucking grenade. Oh well. Yes. Although it's surprising that such a bulky guy is good at not good, but like exceptional at covert tactics.
Still alive, huh? You got lucky.
That's how I've been playing the game. Alright, we've got a red herb here, which is excellent, because now we can have another healing health upgrade. I'm not going to use it just yet, but I am going to craft... I've got enough flash grenades, I can craft a heavy grenade. I don't need the small resources, so let's chuck those out. There we go. You get so much more space when you only use one gun. Okay, what's this one? Enlarge resources, so I can get another... Oh no, I don't have enough gunpowder. That's fine though. Yeah, covert install turrets and bear traps. Yeah, yeah, it's interesting. Also, why does he use a bow? It's like, you've got turrets and bear traps and mines and everything, but your main weapon of choice is a fucking arrow. Is a fucking bow and arrow. It's like, if this was a fantasy game, I'd get it. But that line is badass, by the way. But yeah, no, if it was a fantasy game, I'd believe it. This, not so much. That's not a medal, that's grenades. Give me my medal. Give me the shiny gold so I can give it to the merchant. Is it? I love how he just falls. Ow. Okay. Give me a minute, Krauser. Yeah.
I'm not falling for your mind.
There we go. Yeah, this fight's still tricky. It's easier on standard, but definitely. Leon, you are on low health. You don't need a fucking backflip. Right, let's shoot that so we've got more room. There we go. That's because I was busy healing myself, but I'm not the one for fucking bow and arrow. Okay. For God's sake, stop doing that.
From you, I take that as a compliment.
Where are you?
All that's left now is to settle this the old-fashioned.
I was thinking the same thing, Krauser.
You know, with how much blood you got on you, you really should be dying quicker. There we go. Yeah, no worries. Take care, take care.
Are we done here, Krauser?
We're almost done here anyway.
Told you. Again.
So yeah, take care, Jason.
Again.
This is cool. I always love like the transformations. They're just so gory, but really cool at the same time.
To do what's necessary. That's the difference between you and me, rookie.
Oh, come on, Leon. You're supposed to land on your feet. This cat is for nothing. Come on.
Your training.
Listen, any training that takes 2 years and then
Witness the power.
You've lost it completely, Krauser.
a biological weapon after, you know, if it takes that long to do, I don't think I want to do that training.
So So that's your true power? Oh, I'd ask for a refund.
Rat that smart mouth of yours.
Okay. Did he say the pretty boy line? I've missed if he said the pretty boy line. Because that's a very kind of self-aware line. And it's like, oh, you shouldn't have, and then Krell's like, anything to make the pretty boy feel special. And it's like, yep, they know exactly what they're doing. So, yep, everyone knows what Leon's best quality is. He is to be the pretty boy. Yeah, the soul edge arm is actually really cool. I forget if he goes full bone sword arm in the original. Yeah, I don't remember seeing much of Krauser in the original. Well, at least from what I've seen, I haven't seen much of Krauser because I think he's not as prominent in the original. It's kind of like the same thing that they did with Luis, where it's not where it's he doesn't really have a lot of plot relevance, but then they turn it around and they do it in the remake. But I imagine the transformation's still cool.
Oh, shit.
Now it's an arena. Oh, he's got 2 bone arms.
Right now.
Second 1 or 2 bits kind of comes down now. Okay.
Oh, such confidence. Bring it, rookie.
Yeah. To be honest, not entirely. This fight, no matter the difficulty, is a nightmare. I've always found this fight in particular difficult. Because he is always really powerful, and I always use up my body armor, so that's useless. So what I usually do for this fight is I usually just bait him up to the top and then run all the way over and then use and then just use the journey to shoot him with the Chicago Sweeper.
Until the mission's finished.
You know, it's not the best plan in the world, nor is it the coolest looking, but it gets the job done, you know. If it works, it works. Ah yes, and the arm blocks the shots, so you have to aim for his legs. Prototype, yeah, I can see how he resembles the prototype. I think I know what you're talking about, I might not. But I remember seeing something like this. Definitely. For God's sake, Leon. Yeah, in professional mode, this fight is absolutely ruthless. Even with like the chicken hat on to reduce damage, he is just relentless with attacks. Constantly. You know, he's always so like that dash attack, he is just constantly doing that.
The way you're going, there won't be anything left to protect. You'd have known that once.
There we go. Really? There we are. Excellent. PS3 era game. Okay, I wasn't thinking the same. This scene. There is a particular instance in this scene that I've seen a gif of constantly.
What you have to do.
And it is fan-fucking-tastic. Just wait for it. Yeah, that's that little bit where Leon kneels down is a gif. It's a gif, and it is, you know, out of the, even, you know, out of the, when you're just looking at it, it's impressive. But no, this scene is sad. Aw, he said his name. Of course it is. Look, you know what I'm like.
Yeah, you did, Major. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, no, there's a certain sadness to this, because it's like, I don't know. But at least, you know, we got a cool knife out of it. And he got his big, powerful transformation. He got to be Soul Edge for a little bit. You know, that's something to be happy about. Yeah. Alright, off we go. I don't blame you, but I blame you. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, it's another person he couldn't save. It's getting to him. It's starting to get to him. What's better than a knife? 2 knife arms! Yeah, what's better than 1 knife? 2 knives. What's better than 2 knives? Knife arms. What's better than a knife arm? 2 knife arms. Alright, okay. We'll call it a day now then. So, next stream, whenever I decide to do that on random, we will be going through chapter 15 and then chapter 16. So, I think we're pretty much on an easy street now, because chapter 14 was pretty much my hardest one, I think. Chapter 15 can be a bit chaotic, but I think chapter 14's harder, mainly because of the Krauser fight. You know, I get so far, you know, because with my professional run I had to basically do all of chapter 14 in one go. And that was a nightmare, because I'd always die at Krauser specifically. So yeah, but no, we'll call it a day. So yeah, it's 2 hours, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I will see you all next time. Toodaloo, toodaloo. Yes.